Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Built. Built is a loyalty program for renters. It transforms your largest monthly expense into valuable rewards, including travel with airline and hotel partners, Lyft rides, fitness classes, and more. And the best part about Built is there's no cost to join, there's no annual fee, and you can use Built wherever you live. So how does it work? Well, you pay your rent using Built and you earn Built points, which is the industry's most valuable and flexible points. And then you can transfer your Built points towards your favorite airline, your favorite hotel. You can even use it towards future rent payments or your student loan payments. Super great. And I love the idea of transforming your largest monthly expense, your rent. You're going to be paying it anyways, and transforming it into valuable rewards. Built is also unlocking experiences and VIP treatments, including complimentary add-ons at Built Partners and comedy and dining experiences. I also like that Built connects members with exclusive benefits from around your neighborhood. So if you'd like to try Built for yourself and transform spending that you're already spending into valuable rewards, you can click the link down below or scan the QR code above. Big thanks to Built for sponsoring this video and for allowing me to make better videos for all of you. Alrighty, my lovelies, today we're going to be making a recipe with very few ingredients, just two. We're making a 2-ingredient fudge that's supposed to be high in protein and supposed to taste delicious. I am skeptical about the delicious tasting, and that's part of the reason why we're here, to see what this recipe is going to taste like. So what are the 2 ingredients, we beg to ask? Well, chocolate and garbanzo beans. Garbanzo beans, yes, cooked canned garbanzo beans blended together with melted chocolate is supposed to make a 2-ingredient fudge that's supposed to taste delicious. So number 1, I want to know, will it taste good? Will it taste chocolatey? Will this chocolate mask any garbanzo bean flavor? And 2, I'm curious about the texture. Will it be fudge-like? If so, how fudgy? While I was researching this recipe, I also found a recipe for a 2-ingredient fudge brownie, which I also want to try. But let's make the fudge first, and then we shall attack the brownie. So the recipe calls for 200 grams of dark chocolate, essentially a cup of dark chocolate, a little bit heaping. I'm going to place this in the microwave and set it at 30-second intervals, stirring in between until it's completely melted. If you don't have a microwave, you can also place these in a pot and place that pot over some boiling water and melt it that way. You want to be very gentle because we don't want to burn the chocolate. So while the chocolate is melting, let us puree our garbanzo beans. These are cooked canned garbanzo beans that I drained of their juice and gave a good rinse. So I'm going to be using my stick blender to crush these up. You could do this in a standard blender, but I think it would be hard to get them to puree evenly because we don't have a lot of liquid here. With this, we can apply the whizzing where we want it to go. Okay. Wow. The walls of my bowl are not very high, so I'm going to use a little bit of plastic wrap to keep things from flying. It's actually pretty well blended. It's very crumbly though. I guess this is what's going to give our fudge some integrity. Now if we add water to chocolate, we can get it to solidify because the chocolate will seize, start to crystallize. So it's not impossible to think that this will form into a fudge. I don't use my immersion blender much, but when I do, I'm like, wow, that's a really great gadget. I'm gonna line the tin with parchment to make it easy to take out. You take a piece of parchment that's larger than your pan, and you fold it in quarters. And then you kind of estimate a quarter of the pan. Then you're gonna remove this little section right here. And now we're going to add the chocolate. Now, I don't think this is going to taste or feel like a traditional fudge, which is essentially a candy that you have to cook. You have to cook the sugar to a very specific temperature to get it to set, unless you use the no-fail fudge recipe, which uses marshmallow fluff. That's a traditional fudge, American style fudge, that actually Super sweet, tooth-achingly sweet, but always works and is super easy to make. I will put a link down below to that video. I did it a little while ago. Next, we're just gonna blend this together. Wow, you can smell the chocolate. Don't smell any bean now, just chocolate. And that's our consistency, right? Looks like very thick cake batter. We're just gonna press this into our pan. And now we can just chill this. If you'd like to add sprinkles, you can. You could add little mini chocolate chips on top of this. But I think what I'm gonna do is add a layer of melted milk chocolate just to sweeten things up, and then place this in the refrigerator and chill it for at least an hour. Alrighty, lovies, just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and make a 2-ingredient brownie now. And the 2 ingredients are chocolate and applesauce. This is supposed to make a 2-ingredient brownie. This recipe comes from Mrs. Hollinsworth. I'll put a link to the original down below. I am adapting it because I'm using my own homemade applesauce. It happens to be the cutest pink color. We went apple picking last weekend, my kids and my dad and we had the best time. We picked a bunch of Macintosh, which is sort of what I think of when I think of apples from New England, and those make great applesauce, and they have the most beautiful bright red skins. So I cooked them down, and then I used a food mill to grind everything up, and so it made the applesauce such a cute pink color. In this bowl, I've got 2 cups of melted dark chocolate. I just melted it in the microwave just like I did for the previous recipe. Pink applesauce. And the applesauce immediately makes it look like a batter because it has some of that batter-like texture to it, but it's also thickening the chocolate. 8-inch square brownie pan, and I'm going to do the same trick I did before. Fold this into quarters, place it like this so we can estimate how much we need to take away. Pour our batter in. Looks fabulous. So now this goes into a preheated 350-degree oven, and we're going to bake this for 55 minutes. Quite a long time. I don't imagine it rising much because we didn't add any leavening. There's no whipped eggs or anything, so I think this is going to be pretty fudgy brownie. I don't know, that's just my guess. And then we can add sprinkles to it. We can add extra chocolate chips, or we can do what we did for the fudge and just pour some melted chocolate on top, just for a little bit of extra sweetness. Alrighty, lovelies, I will see you in about an hour, and we will taste our 2-ingredient confections. See you in a little bit. Alrighty, lovelies, here we are back with the fully cooled fudge, and it looks pretty good. Let's use our parchment to pull it out. And look at that. Oh, pretty firm on top. So if you want it to have a softer texture, you can add some coconut oil to the milk chocolate on top, so that's a little bit creamier. But since I refrigerated it, it is solid on top. See that? But look at that texture. It does look quite solid, like fudge, right? Let's give it a slice this way. Interesting texture. It's not as sticky as fudge, but it's definitely dense like fudge. There's a little bit of bean. You can kind of see some of that in there. I'm gonna give it a taste without the milk chocolate topping first. Itadakimasu. Wow. It doesn't taste like traditional fudge because it's not super sweet, like tooth-achingly sweet. It does taste of chocolate and not at all of garbanzo beans. Don't taste any beanage at all. The texture's a little bit strange. It's kind of crumbly. I don't know if you can see it on camera. The texture's a little bit odd, in my opinion. It's dry. Yeah, that's what it is. But it's not overly sweet. Definitely taste of chocolate. The flavor's not bad. The texture I don't love. I want it to be a little stickier, a little bit more moist. But the density's kind of right. It's sliceable. Let's call it that. sliceable and blocky and solid. But let's try it with the milk chocolate, the topping on top. Okay. With the milk chocolate, it definitely tastes more like a dessert, more like a candy bar. You got that kind of milk chocolate candy coating to go along with it. And that makes it, it's good. This thickness to topping ratio, this is too thick. I would say about half this much would be good. To get that nice ratio of candy bar decadence with high protein fudginess. I think that's what it doesn't get right. It's not fudgy in texture, it's crumbly. But in terms of kind of scratching an itch and making something out of beans so that it's somewhat healthy, I think it does do that pretty successfully. So would I make this again? Probably not. But I'm not also on a high protein diet as well. But definitely surprising, and it might be worth it for some of you. Okay, now let's try our 2-ingredient brownies. Now these cooked up strangely. I cooked them for 55 minutes at 350 degrees. I took them out and they looked pretty wet. I think my milk chocolate is more of a compound chocolate because it's got these kind of solidified swirly bits on top. Oh, not coming out. I don't even know if this is going to be sliceable, but let's try. Oh, well, maybe. It looks like uncooked brownie. See that? Look how wet it is. This is the chocolate topping, and that's what's supposed to be brownie-like. It's very, very wet. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. 2-ingredient brownie. Itadakimasu. It's a lot sweeter than I thought it was going to be. It's as sweet as a brownie. Very sweet. Don't taste much appleiness at all. Interesting. Very, very moist, but not particularly brownie-like. This is too wet and fudgy for me. Definitely chocolatey. I'm not very happy with the texture. I feel like this is a little bit more of the texture I wanted in the actual fudge. I wanted it to be a little gooier and sweeter. This has definitely got the sweetness, but it doesn't have enough set-upness for me to qualify this as a brownie. This one didn't really work for me. Like, this is the consistency I got. It's more like a batter. Flavor's all right. I wouldn't make this one again. I thought it was novel and convenient because I just had made a batch of applesauce last night. I thought, oh, I can just add chocolate to it and get brownies. Not really. I mean, having said that, I ate an entire square. Now that I've eaten it though, I'm liking it more. Oh my gosh. I think I actually like the flavor of the brownie more without the milk chocolate topping on this one. I feel like the chocolate and the applesauce together is plenty sweet, and it doesn't need the milk chocolate. That makes it feel a little bit too sweet. While in the garbanzo bean recipe, I really think it does need that extra bit of sweetness. I don't think I would make this again, but it is pretty novel to combine simply chocolate and applesauce together to get something brownie-like. All in all, that was kind of disappointing. I actually would like a combination of the two in terms of sweetness and texture. This is pretty novel, combining garbanzo beans together with chocolate to get something fudgy. It does work. And if you are looking for something that's not too sweet and very much high in protein, then this might be something for you. I think calling it fudge is a little bit of a misnomer though. But what else would I call it? Not sure. The brownie one, I think, definitely needs some tweaking depending on the type of chocolate you use. It didn't really specify, it just said dark chocolate. So maybe using a better quality dark chocolate and, I don't know, a longer cooking time would make these have a better texture. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks as always for watching, and big thanks to Built for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to try Built for yourself, you can click the link down below or scan the QR code above. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Now I've got so much chocolate. What am I gonna do with all this chocolate?